have to prepare yourself for this. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jim?
Heavenly Father, we are so thankful to be gathered together today as the Brazil Rotary Club, and we ask your blessings be upon us as a club. Help us as we seek to serve our community and serve our world. May we be blessed and do things that are pleasing to you. Bless our food and help us enjoy this time of year as we see the changes of the season begin. May we all stand in awe of your wonders that you've created. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, Fred, you ready?
Yes, sir.
It's all you.
I am. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Good to see everybody here today. We will do something that you're familiar with. America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful, spacious skies for amber waves of grain. Beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty above the fluted plain. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week. I know I am. This weather is fantastic. It's nice and cool. It's raining a little bit. Our Bridge Festival's going on. Hopefully you've made it up there and got your fair share of junk food. I know I've had too much of it. So we've got a lot of announcements. So we're just going to jump right into a meeting. We do have a couple guests this week as well. So Roger brought a guest, right? Yeah.
I brought Kay back, but
Welcome back. And we do have 3 guests over here on my left, your right. We have some potential new members. And I've actually got all 3 of their new member applications. So they will be joining the club very soon. So welcome back, all 3 of you guys. Pleasure to have you here. Mike, you have a guest?
Yeah, I have my grandson, junior high school at Noblesville, Braden Davies.
Welcome.
Official Rotarian, maybe.
And of course, we do have our guest speaker, but we'll introduce her in a little bit here. Who's happy about something? Somebody's got to be happy about something. Yes.
This is my first year of working in Brazil, and the traffic has not impeded my travel to work during the covered bridge. So I'm pretty happy about that.
All right. Mike?
I have a couple of happy bucks that are back there. One is the fact that I got Braden here, and he helped me paint our living and dining room. And I taught him how to do that, and he did a fantastic job. And the other is for my son Paul out in Colorado. He came and ran the Chicago Marathon on Sunday, and he finished with a time of 2:48. So for a 43-year-old kid, that ain't too bad.
That's awesome.
He said it was a nice jog.
Nice jog. Still be going. Leah?
My money's back here. My now 17-year-old granddaughter is into wrestling, and she wrestles club wrestling, you know, like they have club volleyball. And they have one of their preemptive, what do you call it, matches in Indianapolis this weekend. So I'm kind of excited to go watch that.
Cool. Good for her. That's awesome.
We're going to have, I think there are 5 to 7 colleges there scouting for women wrestling.
Well, good luck to her. Now we can talk about her. Who else is happy about something? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm happy for my niece and nephew and nephew, the parade downtown this week, doing really well at cross country. This year was first, that's my niece and my nephew was fourth, so I'll give $2 happy bucks for that. Yeah.
They both won sectionals.
That doesn't surprise me because like one of the first times we took Hudson over to the park to walk the stroller, like they ran past us like 7 times in the time we did like half a lap. So I'm like, hey, there's Fred's niece and nephew. Anybody else happy about something? Yes.
I'm happy. It's my fall break. I get to see my grandparents, and this weekend is Bears vs. Packers. So.
Mike, how much you paying to say that? Because he's happy to be with you. All right. Anybody else happy about anything?
I'm happy for the weather outside.
Beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Wonderful. Can't complain at all. We do have a couple of announcements. Trying to think of like what's coming the soonest here. So Friday the 22nd and Saturday the 23rd, I sent out an email about the club helping with the food packing over at the First Christian Church. We had a couple presenters with the St. Vincent de Paul Society a couple weeks ago, and then Mike Robinson was also part of that presentation. He helps do that food packing. Reached out to him, got some information, and I actually saw him at Goodwill 2 days ago, and we kind of confirmed it. If you can assist with this activity, it's a really easy service project that we can do as a club. Wear your yellow shirt, but I've got a sign-up sheet. It's Friday the 22nd from 4 to 5. From what I understand, that Friday evening we just kind of organize some things on pallets, and then Saturday morning from, he said about 8:30 to about 11, you distribute them. And he said it's really simple. I know there's several folks here who have done it before. I know Roger's done it many times, and it seems like a really good opportunity for the club to kind of get out there and do something throughout the year like we like to do. So if you can, I'm going to pass this around. If you can sign up if you're available to, that'd be great, just so we can have a heads up. And it's really non-labor intensive, is that what I want to say? It's not like we're going to be breaking a big sweat to do this. It's going to be there handing out stuff and kind of organizing stuff, and it should be pretty fun. So I'm going to start this with Dwayne, and if you want to sign up for a spot, go for it. Another announcement, we had these yard signs made. Rob got the design made for us, so they're actually back there in the back room. It says the same thing, Join Rotary, and it has our website at the bottom. What we would like to do is, during the celebration, we had the 4th of July yard signs out throughout at a couple different places, just to kind of draw attention to the park, to get people to remember, hey, celebration's coming. They should know the celebration's happening, right? After 80-some years, they should know it's happening, right? But throughout the year, we want people to realize that we're a welcoming club, and we would like to see more people involved from the community. So, if you are able to display one of these signs in your storefront, in front of your property, in front of your house, if you get a lot of traffic, like Max lives right out on 40, and he's going to plop a couple out there, and take a sign or two and put it out, and, at your property, just to kind of get the word out that, hey, we're always looking for new members. And there's a pretty simple way to advertise for the club. So take a couple if you'd like in the back of the room there, and set them wherever you think might be good for us to get some advertising out. Chris, do you have anything to say about the awards tonight?
There's sign-up sheets on the back table if you haven't signed up. Although 23 out of the 34 members have already signed up to come. And I know a handful that will be out of town, can't come or have work. But yeah, if you haven't signed up yet and want to come, let me know today. I need to call the caterer today and give her the numbers I have so far and see what the actual drop dead date is. We'll try add a couple to each of the meals and stuff just to have a couple extra just in case. But that again, it's the 28th at 6 o'clock. I'm going to bring the perfect attendance today to pass it around to see if anybody thought they had it or not, but I'll try to email that out or bring that next week. We'll kind of look at that 300 club and see if you think you should be on it or not.
Awesome. Really looking forward to that evening. It's always a fun time to go to that. Anything else that I might be forgetting? All right then. I already said that I met with the Red Cross, and we're finalizing when we're going to be doing a blood drive. So we're just kind of waiting on some more information from the Red Cross. I don't think I have anything else, so unless anybody else has anything, I'll have Mary come up. She can introduce our guest speaker today, Mary Ann.
Yes, I'm Mary Ann Reed. I've been in Rotary 26 years, was president in 2000, worked in education both as a teacher and administrator for 33 years. After retiring, went into real estate sales, which I'm still doing. So speaking of our speaker today, we have with us Natalie Karniak, and she works with the Clay County Extension Office as a 4-H youth educator. So join me, and she will be presenting things about her program. Join me in welcoming her.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Natalie Korniak, like Marianne said. I am excited to be here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate all that you guys do in the community, and I'm excited to get to meet you all today. So I am new to the area. I moved here. I started with the Purdue Extension Office on March 1st. I'm originally from Northern Indiana. I grew up in Logansport, Indiana, and I was a 10-year 4-H member in Cass County. So I graduated from Purdue in 2019 with Ag Communications and a horticulture degree. And I got my MBA from Western Governors University, and now I'm here. So I'm excited to be a part of the Clay County community. So if you guys, I'm a part of I work with the 4-H program, and I don't know how many of you have heard of 4-H, but it's a youth organization, a part of Purdue Extension. So there are other aspects of Purdue Extension, so I'm going to just do a brief update of what those are first. So the actual name is the Purdue Cooperative Extension Service. So the cooperative, it means that we are partners with the federal, state, and the county government. So we are a state organization. Extension means that we extend to the educational knowledge based on Purdue. So we are out of the land grant university, and we go to the entire state. So there's 4-H in every state, or many of the states, and ours all goes through Purdue University. Like Kentucky is the University of Kentucky, so we're just through that land grant university. So the service means that we're in the business of helping people put that knowledge to work. So we use non-biased research-based info, and we try to bring that to communities and meet the needs of the area. So I'm the 4-H Youth Development, that's one of the program areas. We also have the A&R, which is the Ag services, and our Ag agent here, his name is Bob Bruner. I don't know if you've got the opportunity to learn anything from him or work with him yet, but he's also a part of Owen County's Purdue Extension as well. We have the HHS program, which is Health and Human Sciences. They do programs in the area. Our position is actually open at the moment, but we're interviewing some new candidates, so hopefully we have that position filled soon. There's a community development program as well. We don't have one of those, not every county has one, but they focus, and those are kind of like in the larger areas that are more urban. We do not have one of those, but we can do programs with them in other counties as well. So 4-H has been around since 1902 in Indiana. So in 2002 we had the 100-year anniversary. Or that's since the U.S., and there was 100 years in 2004. So in 1904 is when it came to Indiana. It's still the largest youth organization in the country. There are many projects now. And if you don't know the 4-H emblem, that's this clover here. We recognize the 4-H program by that, and that is USDA certified. So one thing that we have the problem with 4-H is we're still battling, even though it's been around for so long, we're still battling the concept that it's like a farm image. And like a lot of people, when they think of 4-H, they think of the county fair, they think of animals. But that's not necessarily the case. We have over 50,000 4-Hers in the state of Indiana. Only 20% of those 4-Hers are from a farm. 48% are from the small towns, and then 32% are in cities. So we have the livestock projects. We also have the building projects that should focus more on learning the life skills, the baking, the cooking, all those kind of things like that. So does anybody know what the 4-H's mean in 4-H? Why is it called 4-H?
Head, hands, heart, and health.
Head, heart, hand, and health. Yes, so that's what we focus on in the 4-H program. So we use experimental research-based educational opportunities that help youth become caring, confident, connected, and contributing to citizens of the character of the communities. We do that through projects and activities. So as you guys as Rotary members, you're working on citizenship and working within the community, we're also trying to get our youth more involved in that as well. So we're a learning laboratory for positive risk-taking for self-discovery. So we have, in the 4-H program, there are 8 elements distilled to concepts. So we focus on, so the heart aspect of 4-H, we try to work on belonging. That's the sense that we go for the heart. The emotional development, a positive relationship with a caring adult, and that's where our volunteers come in. Every 4-H'er is a part of a 4-H club, and that kind of gives them a sense of belonging in the community, a person to go to and kind of build a relationship with them. It's an inclusive environment and a safe environment. We try to make accommodations for every person, whether you have a learning disability, a physical handicap, we're open to everybody. We want to make it a place that everybody's equal, everybody's safe, and they have a place to participate in activities. The health aspect, we go with mastery. So that's the biological development. It's an engagement in learning and an opportunity for mastery. So we kind of do that through, we have Spark Clubs, which are 6 hours related. It's at least 6 hours where you come in and you learn new skills. And it's the project of mastery, the projects through the building. You have, let's say, electric project. Let's use that as an example. In 3rd grade, you start with a little circuit board. And then you work up to a flashlight and eventually to a lamp and then a whole circuit board and an extension cord. You're like working on mastering your skills as you go through your years. And maybe you don't have to do a project. You can be a 4-H'er for 10 years. It's 3rd through 12th grade. You can do a project for 1 year. You don't have to continue it. You may find something you don't like. You may find something you do. So that's one thing we focus on. And for the head aspect, it's independence, the cognitive development. It's the opportunity to see oneself as an active participant in the future, an opportunity for self-determination. One of the things we focus on is learning those life skills and getting the opportunity to have college ready. Not every child is destined for college. We have the trade services as well, so we just want to provide all the opportunities to everybody, and that's for the sense of independence and what they are interested in. From the hands aspect, we have the generosity and social development, the opportunity to value and practice service for others. And that's where you become a big part of your community. I know a lot of our clubs, they try to do a service activity every club meeting, whether it's packing bags for soldiers or writing Valentine's card or visiting nursing homes. There's lots of ways to become involved in our community, and that's one of the things we focus on. Our missionaries are STEM, so the science, technology, engineering, and math. We like to focus a lot of our education on that. We have the healthy living aspect, and then the citizenship, leadership, and civic engagement. So everything we do and are about is positive youth development. We're developing the child. The project is just the tool. So one thing I don't know how familiar you guys are with the program or how many projects, but this is kind of just like a fun quiz to be able to tell what some of the opportunities that we have in 4-H. So these are over some of our projects in our exhibit hall, which if you visited the fair, it's the big building when you first walk in. It's a lot of the things that the kids have made, and we display them there. So what project where do you learn to wire a circuit board? Does anybody know what project that would be? Electric, yep. So we have an electric project where you learn how to actually do those things. What project can you make a cake in 8 minutes? Microwave, yeah. So you learn how to, if you have the foods project, you can learn to bake the cake in 40 minutes or however long it takes. But we also have the microwave project. I remember in some of the activities that we did, I took microwave when I was in 4-H, and I remember I learned how to make a meatloaf in the microwave. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So what project can you collect and identify insects?
Entomology.
Entomology, yes. And then take a piece of furniture, strip it, and refurnish it. So, I thought woodworking, because that's what you come to mind, but you actually build it in that. This would be home environment. That's a project. We only had one home environment project this year, so I'm trying to get awareness on all of them. But you can redo anything, so there's lots of opportunities with that. So you make an interactive educational game or a toy for a child. So that's our child development project. So these are things that most kids wouldn't be thinking about, but then you go through the project list and you're like, okay, that sounds like that's something I would be interested in. Or you can learn to build and launch a rocket. rocketry, the rocket launch and aerospace project. You can purchase an outfit and model it on stage. Consumer clothing, yep. And this consumer clothing fashion review, a lot of times you think that you just have to, there is a sew and wearable project where you can make those clothes and model them, but there is the consumer clothing where you talk about the consumer purchases and you compare materials and prices and stores and all that, so it kind of makes you a smart buyer and you get to shop. I know a lot of people love shopping. You learn to extract honey. Beekeeping, yeah. We have a beekeeper in the area, don't we? Or a big bee farm or a big honey business, so that's an interesting that most kids wouldn't get the chance to do. Trace your family roots, heritage, and ancestry. We have genealogy, our genealogy project. You gonna dive into that? And then this one is just kind of about our county. I know that we used to be at Forest Park is where they had the Clay County Fair. So what was the first year that the Clay County 4-H Fair was at its current location? It's actually, I was told it was 1990. So it would have been like the 20-year anniversary in 2020, which I wasn't here, else we had a big celebration. But so we've been there for over 20 years now, so that's exciting. But so the life skills learned, a lot of kids getting involved, and you kind of make, in the 4-H program, you kind of get what you put into it. We have 4-H clubs, there's meetings monthly, it's super busy and not everybody's able to go to those. We're going to have spark clubs and workshops, and there is a lot of opportunities on the state level. There's 4-H camp that we do at Shackamack, which is just with our area. But there's junior leader conferences and the 4-H Academy where you can work with the professors at Purdue and you learn different skills in those areas. And it's 4-H Academy, it's animal science, there's like the chef university there. There's a bunch of opportunities to get on campus as well. So that's exciting, and I know that we've had participation in the past, so I'm excited to expose some of those opportunities to our 4-Hers now. But so just kind of, I brought some of these to share if you guys want to grab one of these on your way back, and if you know anybody who might be interested in 4-H, it's kind of just like an update of our program in 2021. So I've been here for 7 months, and since in my time we've had, so our year at a glance, we had a total of 508 youth participating in our 4-H program here in Clay County. We had 101 of those were mini 4-Hers. So mini 4-H is K through 2nd grade. And we had 3 meetings for them. They came, learned about 4-H, and they also had projects displayed at the fair as well. We had 407 that were regular members, and those are grades 3 through 12. We had 70 amazing registered adult volunteers. So if you're interested in working with the 4-H program, and you just want to help at the fair or help with things throughout the year, you can register to become a volunteer. You can ask me more about that or come to the extension office and we'll be happy to tell you about it. We had 26 seniors this year. 20 of them were 10-year members, so they were participating from 3rd through 12th grade. And so that was amazing. I wish I would have got to work with those kids more, but they're off to great things. We have 40 kids attended 4-H camp at Shackamack State Park. We had 34 campers, and 6 of them were teen counselors. So we had 4-H camp is for grades 3 through 6, and then the counselors are the high schoolers, and that's a great opportunity for them as well to be able to. They're doing most of the work, looking after the kids, teaching them, leading activities, and that's a great leadership, responsibility skills for them. We had 64 different projects offered to our 4-Hers. We had 13 live animal projects, which are the livestock in the barns and everything at the fair, and we had 51 exhibit hall projects. We offered 16 4-H clubs to our youth, and we had over 500 projects exhibited at the 2021 Clay County Fair. We had 106 exhibit hall projects and several animals exhibited at the 2021 Indiana State Fair, so we had a great representation at there as well. So I was really excited about that. So some of the things coming up, we have 4-H enrollment in 2021-2022 program year. It started October 1st, so you can now register for 4-H. So if you know anybody who's interested, or if you know anybody who's been in 4-H in the past, it's got to register every year, so kind of spread that around, and that's including the volunteer registration. We have an event coming up on October 23rd at the fairgrounds. It's a Fall Fest 4-H enrollment event. We're going to have a couple of nature-centered activities focusing on the fall season. We're going to have trick-or-treating and a couple of other carnival games. We're hoping to get some kids and families out there. And then I'm also looking to do some spark clubs, workshops, activities with the mini 4-Hers and everything coming up this year. Because a lot of times people think of 4-H, you think of the fair as the week of the fair, which is a big part of it. That's actually the week that we showcase everything we've done throughout the year. So really we are starting now with activities and lots of learning opportunities for our kids. So that's kind of what I have, and I'm excited to get to do more programming stuff since I kind of came in when you get ready for the fair. So does anybody have any questions about the program? All right, well, thank you guys for having me today. I appreciate it.
Stay up there. We gotta do a presentation for you.
You gotta put your photo up.
Yep.
Oh, good day.
Alright. So here is what's our 4-way test on. I actually didn't know it was paperweight for like a year. There you go.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. Megan's already like trying to plan out what Hudson's going to be involved in, so I was sitting back there texting her everything. He's still got a couple weeks before he's in kindergarten, so can't join mini 4-H. I guess it'd be super mini for a 7-year-old. But any other things for the club today or this week? We had a lot of people sign up for the food packing, so that'll be really cool to see the club represented there at the church for that. Nothing else? We will rise and say the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do,
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
So,